Hi, I'm Tasman Monopoly, cosmetic chemist and trainer here at the Institute of Personal Care Science. And today I'm going to show you how super easy it is to make a jelly soap. Now let me show you how to put it together. Now firstly, just to show you an example of what we're making here. So this is what we will be making. It is essentially a bar of soap, but the texture is jelly-like or almost rubber type of feeling. So that's what we're going to be making today. So we have firstly here our water phase. To this I'm going to be adding just a little bit of citric acid. Just to make sure the pH is where it should be. Give that a little bit of a stir. Now, next is the most important part of our jelly soap. So it's putting the jelly together. So that's using our gums. Now, we are using a couple of different types of carrageenan gum here, and you do want to make sure that you use the right grade of carrageenan. Now, in here I have a high input of glycerin. Now, this is for a couple of reasons. The high input is essentially to slurry a high amount of gums, but it's also going to give the soap really nice slip to help it glide over the body for ease of use. So the first grade of carrageenan gum that we're going to be using is the Satia Gum VPC 430. So I'm going to add a little bit of that into our glycerin. And the next one is the Satia Gel VPC 614. So we've got a higher input of that one there. Now, make sure you give it a really good slurry. Make sure it's nice and smooth before you add it to your water phase, because one thing we don't want is fish eyes, which is big blobs of not properly hydrated gum floating around in our jelly soap. So once you've got a nice smooth slurry, we are going to add that into our water phase. And give that one a good stir, and you'll start to see the water has now started to form quite a thick gel. Now we are going to add this one in heat, as we are going to add our surfactant. Now I'm going to pop that one heat. Now, two important things. One I've already covered is you need to use the right grade of carrageenan in this jelly soap, but you also need to play around with inputs as well. You want just enough that it's going to be nice and stable, still jelly-like, but you also want it to be quite solid at the same time. It's still jelly viscosity or consistency, but you do want it to be quite solid so it doesn't break when you are picking it up and lathering it on your skin. And yeah, you don't want it to be too soft either, so it stays like a gel. We do want it to set somewhat and have some type of solid bar form, or semi-solid bar form. Alright, so once your gel has started to heat, it will obviously lose its viscosity at the moment, but we are going to add our anionic surfactant here. So this is Hostapon SCI 85P, so the powder form. This is a nice, gentle, mild surfactant. This is an isethionate. But it does need a little bit of heat to incorporate. Just be careful you don't introduce too much air or bubbles, as this will set within the jelly soap. So you just need to be careful with that. And just give it a gentle stir. Now, when it's cooled down slightly, we are going to add a fragrance. So I'm just using one of Keith Harris's all natural green tea and cucumber fragrance. And just some preservatives. This is the Yorkshire PE 9010 by Schulk. Give that a nice gentle stir. And then you can pour it off into your mold. Now you can get a little bit fun here with your molds. You can, pick ones that are cool and funky. I'm just going for something pretty basic like a rectangle, but you can of course have fun with whatever one you choose. Now it will start to set pretty quick, so Make sure you pour it off relatively quickly and allow this to sit overnight to set. Okay, and here is what our jelly soap is looking like the next day. As you can see, it's actually set quite well. It literally feels like jelly. It's very flexible, as you can see, but it's remaining solid or semi-solid. So I'm going to add a bit of water into my hand and the soap so you can see how it foams. So you can see that's actually foamed up really nicely. It's a nice, beautiful, creamy foam. It's got really good slip to it as well, which is going to make it easy to apply and glide over the skin. Well, there you go. That's how easy it is to put together a jelly soap. Now, you can get a little bit more creative and a little bit more quirky and add a colorant or a dye to your jelly soap. But if doing that, you need to ensure that you're using a gum that has really good particle suspension. You may need to play around with inputs there. Ensure that you're using a water-soluble dye as well, and something that is a little bit heat tolerant, because you will need to add it slightly heated. You can of course add effects pigment to it. You can change up your fragrance, or you can use essential oil as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, leave any questions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to receive notification on the rest of our videos. Happy formulating!